In the past few months, at least 10 friends I know quit their jobs. Some did because of their horrible bosses, a better salary, or the lack of ping pong tables in the office. Yes, I became a ping pong expert when working at NAS Daily. All these made me think about questions I didn't ask before. When is the right time to quit my job? How do I know if I'm staying in a job longer than I should? In this video, I'll share how people waste their careers one comfortable year at a time. I will also introduce a practical framework to ask yourself if it's time to quit your job. I copied this video from Apurva Vadint. The best way to learn is teach, and that's what I'm doing here. The first way people waste their careers is to be complacent. When you're doing repetitive things for months and feel bored, you're being complacent. It's a mix of satisfaction when you get your paycheck and a sense of dread knowing that the cycle repeats again. You don't particularly look forward to work, nor do you feel a great sense of adventure. But because it brings you stability, you do it anyway. Stability is a good thing. It's an innate human instinct. But too much of it is also the problem. Like the perfect mixture of yin and yang, there needs to be a counterbalance to this tendency. The solution is to take risks like wild ducks. They migrate in the winter, not because of the cold, but because there is no food. If someone feeds them a long time, they get used to it. And if the food stops coming, they won't migrate at all and will die. It's easy to tame wild ducks, but it's difficult to make tame ducks wild. The lesson is to be careful not to lose that hunger that helps you survive and improve. It's difficult to not be complacent when most jobs present the same challenges. Although the consequences of complacency are slow, it's obvious. It shows in a lack of initiatives, the lack of promotion, or the lack of achievements to share. If you want to be the best version of yourself to maximize your potential, if you don't want your talent to go to waste, treat complacency like cancer. The second way people waste their careers is a misplaced sense of loyalty. Here's a story of an engineer from Silicon Valley. She worked as an early employee at a transportation startup. She was burnt out and tired. But because she didn't want to leave her colleagues, she stayed on. A few months later, she received feedback that her work was slow and disengaged. By staying for loyalty, she was actually hurting her reputation and the company. While it's true that we sometimes demonize companies for exploiting employees, most companies want people who want to do the job that it needs and have fun at the same time. Staying in a job for loyalty is like staying in a bad marriage for the sake of kids. No one wins in the long run. The story ended with the software engineer being laid off when COVID started. True loyalty means leaving when your heart isn't in it anymore. When shit happens, companies do what's best for their business, and people should not feel bad for doing the same. The third way people waste their careers is to optimize for money over learning early on. I had a podcast with Robert, an ex-Googler from New York. Here's an excerpt from it.
When I first worked at Google, transitioning from the events company that I worked at, I was on a 70k salary, and to work at Google as a contractor, I went down to a 50k salary. In Australia, it's not that much because taxes, right? But I was super happy. My mom was like, why the hell are you happy? This is the stupidest decision ever, right? Because you don't understand. I'm like, no, this opens so many doors for me, mom. You have no idea. And I knew that moving forward. Only a year and a half later, I tripled my salary. 3 years later, I 7x my salary. If you focus too much on how much you're earning now, you're being blind to how much you're going to earn in the future. When you look at each job, you look at your net worth of how much you're gaining from each job. You look at how much you're going to learn, how much that adds to your net worth. Because that's what you should look at. When you have no experience, your net worth is zero. In order to build your net worth, you need to get experience. So if you get more experience, your net worth it goes higher and higher and higher.
Funnily enough, I copied this video from an article that Robert shared on his LinkedIn profile, and it's the main reason why I made this video. So how do you know when it's time to quit? Choosing the right time can be difficult, and that's why using a framework will help. Ask yourself, am I growing complacent currently? A for accomplish. Is there anything you have done in the last 3 months that made you happy? I for impact. Is there a particular line you can add to your resume about work done over the past 3 months? G for growth. Have you acquired any valuable insights or skill in line with your future goals? C for challenges. Have there been days where you were obsessed about a work problem that you couldn't sleep over? C for community. Are you excited to work with your teammates? Ask yourself these questions every 3 months. The following is a sample screenshot your evaluation may look like. Anytime you fall below 40%, take note of it. It is a sign that your job isn't meeting your expectations. Doing this is very uncomfortable, but that's the whole point. It forces you to look where you are at every 3 months. It forces you to face the natural tendencies for complacency that may creep in. Catch yourself looking for reasons to stay. I'm waiting to be promoted. I'm waiting for my year-end bonus. Exciting work is coming soon. Resist the temptation because the opportunity cost is brutal. If you're 30 years old and want to retire by the time you're 60, you have 120 quarters left in your working life. 1 year wasted at a poor job is the same as throwing away 3.3% of your career. Another way that helps is to measure how much time you're wasting every week, month, or quarter. As Peter Drucker said, you can't fix what you can't measure. If you're wasting time, do something about it. Change doesn't always mean quitting your job. It could be changing projects you're responsible for, switching to work with different teams, or a change in location. But achieving that is another challenge altogether. When it comes to how long one should stick to a job that isn't working out, time is a bad metric to use. 3 months can be too long if you know the job isn't for you. 10 years could be too short if your objectives are being met. On the other hand, having a job that challenges us in meaningful ways is a first world problem. It is not a luxury for some people when a priority is to put food on the table and survive. Working is something we'll spend over 50% of our lives doing. You either choose the work that you want to do or let the work choose you, if that makes sense. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, my name is JJ. I make videos about personal finance, business, and self-improvement. If that appeals to you, please help me click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Leave any questions that you have in the comment section below and I'll reply to them. See you in the next one.